In a far-off land, there was a magical kingdom where animals lived in peace and harmony. One day, a hornet named Zephyr discovered a mysterious sword deep in the forest. As he picked it up, the sword began to glow with a strange blue light, and suddenly, Zephyr felt imbued with incredible power. Overjoyed with his newfound strength, Zephyr set out to explore the kingdom, hoping to test his new abilities. It wasn't long before he encountered a lion named Leo, also wielding a sword. The two engaged in a fierce battle, their swords clashing in the bright sun. But despite Zephyr's enhanced strength, Leo proved too powerful, and the hornet was forced to flee. As Zephyr flew through the forest, he came upon a gorilla named Goliath, also wielding a sword. Seeing an opportunity to redeem himself, Zephyr challenged Goliath to a battle. The two clashed swords, their blows echoing through the trees. Zephyr was holding his own, but as the battle wore on, he began to tire. Finally, with one swift blow, Goliath disarmed him, and Zephyr was defeated once again. Dejected and humiliated, Zephyr retreated to a secluded beach, where he came across an eagle named Athena, sporting an impressive suit of armor. As they struck up a conversation, Zephyr shared his story of defeat and failure. To his surprise, Athena didn't ridicule him, but instead offered him some sage advice. "It's not about the sword, Zephyr," she said. "It's about how you use it. Your strength lies not in the sword you hold, but in the heart that beats within you." Her words struck a chord with Zephyr, and he felt a renewed sense of purpose. Together, he and Athena set out to explore the kingdom, determined to find a way to use their unique abilities for good. As they journeyed through the land, they encountered an endless sea of iridescent transparent glass bubbles, floating through turquoise and blue waters. At first, they were entranced by the beauty of the bubbles, but soon they realized that they were actually a trap, designed to ensnare any unsuspecting creature that came too close. Zephyr and Athena knew that they had to act fast. They began to slash at the bubbles with their swords, freeing countless creatures that had been trapped within. Suddenly, a great rumbling shook the land, and they realized that they had stumbled upon the source of the kingdom's troubles. A great sea monster had been using the bubbles to capture creatures, feeding on their energy to grow ever stronger. But Zephyr and Athena were not afraid. With their swords in hand, they charged forward, determined to take down the monster and save the kingdom once and for all. The battle was fierce, and the creature seemed unbeatable. But with each stroke of their swords, Zephyr and Athena chipped away at its power. Finally, with one last mighty blow, they struck the monster down, releasing a burst of energy that filled the kingdom with light. From that day on, Zephyr was known not as a defeated hornet, but as a hero who had used his strength for the greater good. And as he soared through the skies of the magical kingdom, he knew that he had found his true calling, thanks to the wise words of Athena and the lessons he had learned along the way. The victory over the sea monster brought peace and prosperity to the kingdom. The creatures that had once lived in fear now roamed freely, and Zephyr and Athena became revered as heroes among the animals. As they continued to explore the kingdom, they encountered many challenges and faced countless battles. But with each victory, Zephyr grew stronger and more confident, no longer relying solely on the power of his sword. He had learned that true strength came from within, from his courage and determination to do what was right. One day, while on their travels, Zephyr and Athena encountered Leo once again. This time, however, the lion did not challenge them to a battle. Instead, he approached them with a look of admiration in his eyes. "Zephyr, Athena," he said, "I have been watching you both, and I must say, I am impressed. You have shown great bravery and compassion, and I realize now that I was wrong to judge you solely on your appearances." Zephyr felt a surge of pride and gratitude at Leo's words. He knew that he had come a long way from the defeated hornet he had once been. Their encounter with Leo marked a turning point for Zephyr and Athena. They realized that there was more to life than battles and conquests. They began to seek out opportunities to help others, using their powers for the greater good. As they journeyed through the kingdom, they encountered a group of creatures who were being threatened by a band of raiders. Without hesitation, Zephyr and Athena leapt into action, taking on the raiders with all their might. The battle was fierce, but with their combined strength and determination, they emerged victorious. The grateful creatures that they had saved cheered and celebrated, and Zephyr and Athena felt a sense of satisfaction and contentment that they had never known before. They had found their true purpose in life to help others, to fight for justice, and to use their unique abilities for good. And so, Zephyr and Athena continued to travel through the kingdom, seeking out opportunities to make a difference. They faced many challenges along the way, but they were never afraid, knowing that they had each other's backs. Years went by, and Zephyr and Athena grew old and wise. They watched as a new generation of creatures took up their swords and continued the fight for justice and freedom. But they knew that they had left a legacy that would never be forgotten, a legacy of courage, strength, and compassion. And as they looked out over the kingdom that they had fought so hard to protect, they knew that they had truly lived a life worth living.